I ask you to take in a breath. It can be a gentle breath. It can be a deep breath, whatever is comfortable for you. Exhale. One more time, breathing in. Exhaling. One more loving breath in. And exhale. As each of us step into this divine day, this glorious day, knowing that each of us are here by divine appointment. We are love, light, peace. Just the flow of love is in each of our bodies. And as we go through our days, that love also emanates out as we come in contact with other people. Smiling into each other's eyes. And knowing that for myself, I'm looking in the eyes of the divine. Feeling the peace that is flowing through each of our bodies. Our body is whole and healthy. Feel that peace going through your veins, your bones, your muscles, every part of your body. That is peace, peace, peace. And now I ask you to take a moment and just sit with the love and the peace that is in each one of us, that is in you. Peace can be a sense of calmness. It also can be the tingle of a breeze on your skin through your hair. The sunlight shining on your skin, on your whole body. It is such a calming and soothing feeling. Knowing that each one of us are love and light and peace. The gentleness of the breeze, the wind, the rain, whatever the weather is. Each of us are feeling the weather, the calmness, the peace, the tickle. Enjoying the weather. feeling peace. As each of us are breathing in the divine. The divine is through each and every one of us. And for this, I know for myself that I am very thankful. And now I would like you to come back into the room when you're ready and to open your eyes. Namaste. Breathing in the divine. The divine is through each and every one of us. And for this, I know for myself that I am very thankful. And now I would like you to come back into the room when you're ready and to open your eyes. Namaste.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Wow. Ardelia, thank you so much, dear. So beautiful. I love the sounds that she had behind her. So pretty. Don Scott, he wrote this beautiful song. There is so much to be thankful for. Take a look around and see everything we have within us, every dream we want to be. All we need to sustain and keep us arrives on time as we prepare. Let us thank God for our blessings and all this precious love we share. Thank you, Don. There is so much to be thankful for. Take a look around and see everything we have within us, every dream we want to be. All we need to sustain and keep us arrives on time as we prepare. Let us thank God for our blessings and all this precious love. All this precious love. All this precious love we share. Boy, I think he'd love to hear you sing. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Yes. I If it's comfortable for you, please close your eyes. And just for a moment, allow me to speak in the first person for you. In this sacred, precious moment, I recognize God as courage, truth, and freedom. God is the infinite provider, that inner voice that I hear sometimes that whispers in my ear, all that I have is yours. I'm one with God, just as everyone in our world is one with and connected to God. Today I celebrate my freedom to follow my heart's desire, and I turn towards the vision that Spirit has for me. And I ask, what is the highest vision for my life? And then I just listen with an open heart. I have access to all that God has and all that God is. And I am free to just express and just be amazing in this world. I know that the message that Reverend Cheryl and Reverend Stacy delivered this morning brings all of us closer to that truth. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for our beloved ministers, for our ministry of prayer, for our volunteers and our spiritual community, for Patty and Dave, they just keep that summer concert coming. For our sound guy, Caden. And for Julius and Yvonne and Charlie. They make our presence known on Facebook and on Twitter. So with a very grateful heart, grateful that I'm part of this spiritual community, I release my word into the law. This is a law, never disappoints, it always says yes. And we all say, and so it is. Amen.
Practitioner, Reverend Juanita. Got so many reverends here. I'm surrounded by peace. I do love you. That was incredible. You know, I sing to whoever's speaking right at the end of the face of God, because really you are the face of God to deliver those messages. Thank you. So we do all songs by Don Scott. I don't know if you know that, but we're just a Don Scott place. Who doesn't love the guy? Where is he? Is he here? No. Something wonderful. Oh yeah. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. I accept things the way they are. I accept things
if it's comfortable for you, please say with me, God bless America and the rest of the world. And you know, we're still giving ourselves a hug. Because it still feels good. I know. You can have a seat if you don't mind. Wow. A lot's happened in the last few days.
Yeah?
You wanna turn on her mic so she can tell them not this.
Something wonderful's happening, but that wasn't it.
It's close, though. It's close.
We have some new practitioners here. Could I ask them to stand up, those that are here? Amy Reiner, Monique McCoy, and Lisa Bales, they all passed their practitioner exam. They're your new licensed practitioners. Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right. Wow. Woo! We're so excited.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's very exciting.
You know what we want to do first of all is observe a moment of silence, not just for ourselves, but for everything that's happening in our world, in our souls, on this plane, in Florida, in so many places around the world. Let's just have a moment of silence. Thank you. And so it is. I am Reverend Cheryl Bell. This is Reverend Stacy Hilton. We're co-senior ministers here at Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. It's so funny that she being Patty, said Reverend Cynthia's whispering in her ear because we have been feeling her. And Reverend Cynthia, those of you that don't know, is the founder of the center. And this is its 28th year in existence. And so it's so funny because someone who I would consider kind of a clairvoyant person said, you know, she's been around. I said, I figured.
She's been hanging out a lot.
She's been hanging out. I know, and Friday night, oh my goodness, we had a wonderful concert with Don Scott. Who was here? Oh my God. And if you weren't, I'm sorry. You missed out. You missed out. Oh my gosh. We had such a good time, and he's such a, even if he doesn't know it, he's such a loving spirit and person. And he spread that all over us on Friday night, right?
Yes.
Right? You know, a little bit country, a little bit.
He did everything.
He did everything. He did a little bit of everything, huh? Well, he's a lot of big country, actually, but he had his beard that I'm sure just grew overnight.
Yeah, right.
But yeah. So if you missed it, we have another one coming up in the concert series. Who's next?
It is Robbie LeBlanc.
Oh, okay, yes. Robbie. Robbie LeBlanc.
Incredible. If you don't know, he's
Yes,
incredible.
if you don't know, he is incredible. All right, you know, today is the first of the month, and we like to, it's not only the, today being considered the birthday of freedom in America and all that good stuff. We like to celebrate our July birthday, folks, and I think there were a lot on my list. Well, Daisy already had hers July 2nd, yeah.
Oh, yes, our girl.
Jones is coming up. Who else?
Lois.
Got some
And all of you folks out there, Patty wants to sing to you, so.
You got some beauties. I love you guys. I know that you're going to have the best birthday ever. Please help me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my dear loved ones. Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
Any anniversaries in July? Any anniversaries?
Because we love that song, so let's have some.
Patty loves that song, so. Someone out there has an anniversary in July. Lauren and Joe, yes.
Well, they do. Happy anniversary, Lauren and Joe. Hey, this is for Lauren and Joe. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. You're the perfect couple.
That's one of our
Lauren is a practitioner, some of you may not know, on our Ministry of Prayer team. So she's not here today, so I think that's okay. Who's here actually for the first time that wants to admit it? Oh, hi. How'd you hear about us? Google. That just seems so right. I'm seeing sometimes. Oh, okay. What's your name? Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Thank you. Our what are they? Ushers. I have a gift for you. Goodness. Is there someone else here for the first time that wants to? Hi.
Second time.
This is your second time. Well, greetings for the second time. What's your name?
Art.
Art?
And Kathy.
Art and Kathy. That's Stacy's dad, her great-grandfather's name. She has a lot of arts in her family. All right, thank you. Anything else that you want me to say, Rev? No? Well, you know, if you're here for the first time, if you would be so kind as to sign our guest book, I promise to not send you a lot of stuff, but just to let you know what's happening here at our center. So I'm so glad to see so many people and so many faces that I haven't seen in so long. And I'd just like to remind everybody that no matter where you are on your spiritual path, you'll always be welcomed here. And I'm just so glad you're showing up, either in person or online, and it's all good. Thank you.
Oh, no, after him. Oh, good, after him. Oh, good, because I'd go back and sit down and rest. Yeah.
I would just do a little resting. This beautiful, beautiful songwriter. Her name is Sarah Bareilles. You may or may not have heard of her. I'm sure you have, though. She wrote a spectacular song, and it's called Brave. You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the backlash, or be the backlash of the body's lack of love. You can start speaking up. No one's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they set underneath your skin. Set on the inside and no sunlight, sometimes the shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. What you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. I just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. I just wanna see you. Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy. Falling for the fear and dancing, disappearing, bound down to the mighty. Don't run, just holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of this cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in and show me how big your brave is. Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. What you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. Ever since your history of silence won't do you any good, did you think it would? Let your words be anything but empty. Why don't you tell them the truth? Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. What you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. much. Thank you, Sarah Bareilles.
The man is loaded. Uh-oh, but little does he know that his daughter's Peggy, Angelica, Eliza, sneak into the city just to watch other guys. It work.
Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy. Angelica, Eliza. Daddy said to be home by sundown. Daddy doesn't need to know. Daddy said not to go downtown. Like I said, you're free to go. But look around, the revolution's happening in New York. New York. It's bad enough Daddy wants to go to war. People shouting in the square. It's bad enough there'll be violence on our shore. New ideas in the air. Look around. Angelica, remind me what we're looking for.
She's looking for me.
Eliza, I'm looking for a mind at work. I'm looking for a mind at work. I'm looking for a mind at work. Whoa, 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 whoa.
There's nothing like summer in the city. Someone in a rush next to someone looking pretty. Excuse me, miss, I know it's not funny, but your perfume smells like your daddy's got money. While you slumming in the city in your fancy heels, you searching for an urchin who can give you ideals.
Where you disgust me.
Ah, so you've discussed me. I'm a trust fund, baby, you can trust me.
I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. So men say that I'm intense or I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. And when I meet Thomas Jefferson, I'ma compel him to include women in the sequel. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world. In the greatest city in the world. Look at down and sit around and let's go crazy and I'm not understand the world. And I'm not related to my generation. We hope this truth is self-evident and all men are created equal. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. History is happening in Manhattan, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world. In the greatest city in the world. Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy, the Styler sisters. We're looking for a mind at work. Hey, in the greatest city in the world. City in the greatest city in the world.
Yes. The greatest city in the world, which would be Las Vegas. Only because you all are here. Otherwise, it probably would be New York. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. That was written. The Declaration of Independence was written on July 2nd, 1776, and it was approved by a unanimous vote. Now, once the Congress had approved the actual Declaration of Independence document on July 4th, it was sent to a printer named John Dunlap. And about 200 copies of the Dunlap broadside were printed with John Hancock's name printed at the bottom. Today, 26 copies remain. Then on July 8th, 1776, Colonel John Nixon of Philadelphia read a printed Declaration of Independence to the public for the first time on what is now called Independence Square. Yeah. What a beautiful thing that's written. A beautiful document written by Thomas Jefferson. But he had some help, right? And it really speaks to the heart of who I am as American, even though it mentions men, it doesn't mention women, right? In the sequel, as Angelica said. But to know that there's that vision that was forecast in 1776, and those words hold up in 2021. Now, it's still an ideal because there are a lot of areas in which we are not living the full vision. Because there was a system that was put in place because it was not meant for men. It was not meant for indigenous people, and it was not meant for people of color, black people, or African American people. And so the systems that were created were designed for who it was created for, to some degree. And so we are moving in the direction of the vision, knowing that there has been some stuff that we're going to kind of have to work on, right? We have some stuff to do. And it seems as though it's getting harder, doesn't it? In some respects. I don't know if that's the truth or not. But it seems like we're kind of stuck on stupid right now. Right? We can't go forward, we don't go back, we're just kind of playing this, we're just kind of dancing, we're not going anywhere. And sometimes that happens, I know in my own life, where I'm just kind of stalled. I'm sure none of you, it's never happened to any of the rest of you, you're just stalled. You're like, nothing's coming through, right? Had that before. Maybe it was that my vision wasn't clear. We just read this, and his vision is pretty clear. The Declaration of Independence is pretty clear. Dr. Ernest Holmes also has a very clear declaration for us as those of us that consider ourselves to be religious scientists. I'm just going to read a couple of the Declaration of Principles that apply for what I'm talking about today. We believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete freedom from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. So if I have this Declaration of Independence, right? And I've got my Science of Mind textbook, and I'm in alignment with all of it, that's pretty good stuff, right? I'm set. I'm set. Unfortunately, there's more than just me on this plane. Well, not unfortunately, I do enjoy all of you. And with all of us, we maybe could make that tipping point, right? But we're, like I said last week, when I talk about doing my work, we all have to keep doing our own work so that we can see it out as our reflection. And I'm not saying that we aren't all doing our work. I'm sure that most of us are. But it's probably going to take a little bit more than just the people in this room to create that tipping point. When I say we're stuck on stupid, I don't mean that in a in a derogatory way. And maybe it's always been like this. You know, we have more access to more information than we ever have. So there's really no way to tell that if it's gotten worse or not necessarily, because you wouldn't have known before. We have so many ways to get so much information out. And we're listening to so many things. And we don't really know how to necessarily navigate through it all, do we, all the time? We don't necessarily know what we don't know. I don't know much about Indigenous people and how that whole thing has happened and how we can help that situation, or can we help that situation as citizens? Don't necessarily know what to do about climate change. I know that I can do some stuff, but it's a big call. Don't necessarily know what to do about a lot of the stuff that's going on. But as our visioning queen said earlier, Miss Juanita, you know, there is this thing called visioning that we can do, that we don't have to wait till the bully on the playground that, pushes the kids. You you ever have one of those bullies that you see that just pushes? So instead of being pushed by the pain of that, we can let spirit pull us. Or we can just let spirit just do all the work. That's what our visioning team does. We're sitting there, we're laughing, having a blast on Wednesday nights, last Wednesday of the month. We're not really, it's not that we're not taking it seriously. It's just stuff flows because we're in the flow. We're in alignment with, we know our vision, we know what we want to do, and we work on different topics, and then we just let that flow through. We don't have to do any work. It's a beautiful thing. I'm not doing all that work anymore. I'm letting spirit pull me as opposed to the playground bully pushing me. Right? We have a tool that we've got to make use of. And, the thing is about us being stuck on stupid is we're going through grief. I mean, it's really clear. If you look at the stages of grief, if you subscribe to that, we've got the people that are angry about what's going on. You've got the people that are bargaining. You've got the people that are in denial that there's no problem. What are you talking about? There's no problem. There's no pandemic. Everybody has great health care. Everybody's eating great. It's all good. And then, when we get to acceptance, we can start to shift some things around. But we're all on so many different pages. And it's going to take a while it doesn't have to take a while. It seems like it's going to take a while to get us all to the place where we're in acceptance. So I'm just putting in a few more minutes of work on my prayer work. Because I know I can do that. And I know that Spirit's got me. And I know that I'm in alignment with the vision that I have for this center, for the world. And so I'm knowing that it has to happen. In the meantime, I also know that I've got to keep myself inspired and uplifted and empowered. And that's what the teaching does for me. You see, we have a teaching that it's all about freedom. Everything that we do is about a choice. And it tells us that. There's no letting you off the hook. There's no victims here. And so freedom is wonderful. And with freedom comes responsibility. And so we've got to keep doing our work. Because we owe that to Taya and Charlie and all of the younger people, myself, all the younger people here. Yeah.
And the older ones too.
The older ones too. You're absolutely right. We owe it to one another. We owe it to one another. So happy 4th of July. I can't believe it's the 4th of July, first of all. I mean, I guess we kind of, where'd the time go? We know where the time went this year. We kind of watched it go by. lie. Celebrate the freedom that you have. Realize that there is no such thing as lack. You know, I really believe that the thing that we're most stuck on is this idea of limitation and lack, and that nobody wants to give up anything. I don't think it's skin color. I think the only color thing is really money that's going on at this point. And so just keep up with your prayer work. We're going to shift this. It may not be tomorrow. But I know with the likes of this group, we'll get there. We'll get there. Enjoy your beautiful Sunday. That's not too hot. It doesn't look very hot. Enjoy yourselves. Celebrate who you are. Because I'm telling you, you make a difference in this life. Thank you.
Thank you.
The song is still in my head. Work and you dancing. And so lucky to be alive right now.
Me too.
You know, I think that would be any generation. Someone would feel that. Wouldn't you? You know, I was passing the TV this morning with my cup of coffee, and it had a poll up, and it said, I don't know who they asked, I don't know what poll it was, but it said, they never asked me, but it's okay. And it said that, how many people think the founding fathers would think we're moving in the that we're moving in the wrong direction? 75%. I was like, wow. So 25% think that we are. That's still a wow to me. But, and it's all good, because I still, whatever luck means or whatever it means to you, I'm lucky to be alive right now, and so are you. But happy 4th of July, as Reverend Stacy said, thank you. You know, we're looking at freedom this morning and truth on this Independence Day, and we're giving thanks for our independence, and we're enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy, and grateful for. You know, if I happen to watch something on television that does not look like freedom, I mean, how could you not be grateful to be living in this country? You know, there are countries, there's still war on their land, there's still a lot of things that we don't experience, right? You know, I still remember after Tuesday, September the 11th, that Sunday after, every church I passed by in LA, people were standing out. They couldn't get everyone in. And Stacy and I were going to Agape at the time. And Dr. Michael said, what are you all doing here? What happened to us happened to other people every day. We got to experience what other folks experience all the time. It's kind of sad that that's what it took to get you here, but let's celebrate, right? Freedom is just a basic instinct. I think we all know that that's our right, and that's our souls know that that's what we're supposed to be, is free. You know, in our global vision, which is out there on the table, we have a light that says, where all life is honored as expressions of the divine, where people live according to spiritual truth. And this is where we see a world that works for all, where humanity awakens to its spiritual magnificence, where humanity rediscovers personal creative power, where we live as one global family, where kinship with all life prospers, where unity and connection is emphasized, where forgiveness is the norm, where spiritual guidance is valued, where we are called to conscious social action, where people have enough food, homes, and a sense of belonging, where there is peace, harmony, and justice for all, where resources are valued, cared for, and shared, where communities are meaningfully involved in service to the world, where there is a renewed emphasis on beauty, nature, creativity, art, and aesthetics. Now, Webster says that defines freedom as independence, exemption from obligation, ease of movement. You know, I believe freedom to be a divine urge, as I said, that our soul feels and expresses and experiences fully, without restriction, as long as it doesn't harm anyone else. You know, and I think that we achieve such liberty by standing up for and being present to our consciousness and attuning ourselves to the spiritual essence that we all are, because we all are that. Some of those central truths, each of us is the center of the divine mind. There's only one life, one intelligence, one love. And the sum of all this is this universe that we live in. This one life resides in each of us. You and I are a spiritual venture. And we're unfolding in our own unique way. We are, everyone is. Whether you understand that or not, it's perfect. It's perfect all the time. No matter what it looks like. We also have, and Reverend Stacy read some of those, What We Believe by Dr. Ernest Holmes. We believe in God, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. We believe that the unity of all life, the highest God and the most God, the innermost God is one God. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of that truth. I don't know who said until we're all free, none of us are free. So we have a great responsibility. A great responsibility. And what I'm knowing is that creating a world that works for all and for everyone, it's not going to take 300 more years. We don't have to wait for our global vision reaches its bicentennial before we all believe it. That's what I'm holding. Will you all do that with me?
Yes.
Thank you. It's the core concepts, you know, that we teach here at the center. I know you come on Sunday. I know some people think we have a lot of classes. Well, there's a reason for that. I mean, if you can get everything on a Sunday,
Good luck with it.
good luck. You know, Ernest Holmes said, we are spirit in action. And there's an infinite sea of invisible intelligence and mind stuff that has taken form in various ways. And you're one of them. You're one of those forms. Now, the message of quantum physics, that central idea, which is that the universe is consciousness. That's why we have classes, because they're consciousness building. You know, and it's not because we don't know. The class helps us to remember. To remember. And Amy Papadugo used to say, remember to remember. Quantum physics wants us to know beyond the material reality, beyond what we see. Because there really is an intelligence system out of which we all express. I keep calling it consciousness. I don't know what you all call it, but that's what I call it. The consciousness that our brand new practitioners displayed in their panels this last week. The consciousness that other panels that Stacy and I have sat on, that those practitioners that we passed, it displayed. The consciousness, the willingness to hold that space and to work towards the world that works for all, and to teach folks how, and to know, to remember, and to know that they are magnificent in expression. The universe begins to look more and more like a thought machine, right? You know, our minds are creative. We're creative beings. How else could we have gotten through this pandemic, right? I'm so glad that you're all here. But we all got, because we all made it through, right? The wholeness of the divine and the limitlessness of potential. Like Stacey said, it's when we can get past that limitation and the lack. Because that's what we're all, our ministry of prayer team, when we pray for one another and for folks, we're listening for the limit. What's the limiting belief? So that we can remind them of the truth. What's our talk title? We hold these truths. Human creativity is an expression of the divine and of imagination, and it's useful to remember this because often we think we have to make things happen. Like Stacey said, when it pulled or pushed by that vision or pulled, it just sounds like a tug of war, right? We don't have to make things happen, we just have to make them welcome. We just have to know those truths. We think we have to get ahead with toil and sweat and hope that some wonderful idea somehow shows itself without doing anything. Just hoping that it slips through and gives us that little boost we need. But in reality, our biggest job is to get out of our smallness, get out of our own way. As Emerson said, your bullet nothingness out of the way. And to let go and to relax and allow that pure spirit that you are do the work through you. Our prayer this morning was that we had a talk for you and that spirit would bring it to us, because I'm sure, sometimes we don't always know what we're going to say up here. But we know that we believe in that we are creative beings and that spirit speaks through us. So, sometimes it's a difficult lesson, because we just want to make things happen. We think we have to do it. But learning this is learning the opposite is true is a victory. That's why we have classes. I can't even tell you how good Reverend Stacey and any minister that I know feels when someone comes to them and says, I get it. I spent more than 3 days with my family and it was great. It was awesome, we had a good time. I get it. I wasn't trying to make, uncle, we act a certain way. I was just accepting and loving on them no matter how they showed up. No matter how they showed up. To be the open vessel so that the presence of the power of Spirit can flow through us takes practice. Because we're resistant. We think we have to do it. I bless everybody's family. What the world, Ernest Holmes says in the Science of Mind textbook, written by our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, of the teaching Science of Mind and Spirit, what the world needs is spiritual conviction, followed by spiritual experience. I would rather see a student of this science, it's in so many books actually, this quote. I would rather see a student of this science prove its principle than to have them reveal all the words of wisdom that have ever been uttered. It is far easier to teach the truth than it is to practice it. Can I say that again? It is far easier to teach the truth than it is to practice it. As a teacher, myself and Reverend Stacy, I can't, it's just to watch people literally transform before your eyes. They don't know that it's happening, but we recognize it, and we celebrate it. When you see someone's life change, even when people that come here that know this teaching and they're having a little dip in life and things aren't going fine, but they know where to go. They know where to go. I know when Reverend Stacy and myself moved here from LA, it was a few months that go by. We were looking in that paper, Religious Science Church. Even though we're praying and doing our own thing, we got to find somewhere to go. We need to be around some people that know. Jeez. Oh, you know what? I ran out of transparency. I love the potential that we as humans have to innovate and to change. Things are changing and growing so fast these days. Don't you agree? Oh my God. With this creativity, that's why I'm knowing that I'm not going to have to wait 200 years for a world that works for all. Well, that's my prayer, which I always say. This life, if we let it, is an adventure. Our own creativity is what allows us to master this adventure and enjoy the freedom that we have here. What's that song? I don't know who it is. Stacy's the song person, and she can name a tune in one note. If you didn't know that about her, and so I look to her often. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. And I'm sure there are other words in that song that I probably should not say in church, but that I remember that part. Is that in vogue? Free your mind, and the rest will follow. The key to freedom is holding ourselves high regard. To see ourselves as God, Spirit, whatever you want to call it, sees us. We don't have to be afraid of failure, of harm, or being alone for that matter, because you're not. You couldn't be alone if you tried. And I know there are plenty of people that try. We steep ourselves in spiritual reality here, and knowing that the presence and the power of God is who we are, and we understand that we are never alone. That's what we want you to know. That's why we have classes. We live in the very life of spirit which we can never take for granted. And that to me is freedom. You know, I think if you're willing to take risks, and a risk to me is not going to be your risk. You know, for some people, getting out of bed is a risk, right? Saying hello to someone is a risk. I think my risks have grown past that. You know, I don't sit in the back of the church anymore. I told you about about how I had no intention of paneling for anything. And then I did not know I was going to have to do as many as I have. You know, we've been programmed to be cautious, right? To not take chances. It's in the collective consciousness to be cautious. And I understand that to some degree. But there's some times when you're being pulled by vision to step into that may be considered a risk in your mind, right, Reverend Stacey? Now, you know, one of those things freedom was where forgiveness is the norm. You know, forgiveness rather than condemnation. Nothing keeps us in bondage but non-forgiveness and condemnation. You know, some folks I've noticed, you know, I can say probably my sister, but I know people that they feel good to hold grudges. Yeah, I'm never gonna. If you ask them 5 years into that grudge, what was it all about? Do they remember? No. No. So my thing is just let it go, right? Just let it go. I mean, I'm sure there are people that have been mistreated, and those instincts to be cautious come up. But they come up to be healed. Right? Hurt people, heal people, heal people. Isn't that what we say? You know, but it doesn't mean that you're to be a doormat, though. No. Because that doesn't serve anybody. You know, that's the stuff that keeps you anchored in the truth, though. To know that you are a divine being in the mind of God. I've learned, especially we're in a couple of classes that we're teaching right now, that compassion is part of the journey. It's part of the journey, and it kind of helps get rid of that condemnation you feel, or the unforgiveness. When you can have compassion, not only for someone else or whatever they're going through, but I think self-compassion is even more important. Because people tend to beat themselves up. I know I do, sometimes. If I'm holding something against someone, I create a boundary, right? A boundary to my good. No boundaries. Don't want any boundaries. Spirit wants to know itself as you, to express itself through you. You know, life yearns to celebrate its allness through your love, your accomplishments, the fun you have, your givingness, your laughter. Living without limitation is our true nature. It's our God-given endowment. And choosing to be creative beings that we are is how we're going to create a world that works for all. Okay? All right?
Yeah.
We hold these truths. Namaste. Thank you. Bring all this stuff up here.
incredible revs. What a great talk. Wow. I mean, where else can you go where you're called divine and magnificent and forgiven of everything, and everything you do is fine? It's all going to be good. I want to go to that place every freaking day. I just want to share one quick little thing. It is beyond me how this works, because through the week, different weeks come up. I may have a problem with my knee. I have a little jaw issue. I've got some arthritis and things going on. And but I am grateful to be getting older. And through the week, I will be in pain. I will be kind of into myself. And then Saturday comes around. I know I have to be here Sunday, and I don't feel a thing. I don't have any pain. I don't have any pain. I am feeling tremendous. So can we do this every day? Or
Now you need to figure out how to do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
yeah, we got to figure that out. I have to figure that out. I feel like I'm at the awards and they're playing me off. That's perfect. I know what he means. I know what he means. Okay. I just wanted to share that because it's kind of incredible. And so is our beautiful land. Happy birthday.
Confirm
to party.
She came to party, to sing, to do all that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you. This is our time for, we call giving, receiving, gifting, giving, receiving, however you want to take it. If you would please, if you're comfortable, please say our affirmation is on the screen. From love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And we have, there's a basket in the back. We're not passing a basket around right now, but just know that your gift, your tithe, supports you. Because you are abundance. You are the living spirit. I know that your gift is used to spread these truths and wisely and with love we accept your gift, knowing and believing that we are one. We are one, and that you and I represent the abundance of the universe, and that we share in that love and that joy. And I give thanks for each and every gift and each and every tithe, as I know that each and every person here, whether they know it or not, is opulence, abundance, and love. And so it is. So it is.
Love has been here all along, Patty Powers.
That is true.
Well, I do believe that this is the first time I've announced that there will be no meeting with the Revs this Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. because you get to have lunch with them the following Wednesday on the 14th. Now, won't that be fun, eating on Zoom? I just think that would be so much fun.
I don't ever go with We're not going out? It's just on Zoom?
I'm assuming it's
that's
all
cool.
on Zoom.
We can go out. Okay, we can
Oh,
go
well, people, you can come here and they'll go out. So, it's up to you.
Brown bag.
Figure it out.
out. Brown bag.
Brown bag. Okay, and as we've talked about, our summer concert series will be Robbie LeBlanc, the fabulous guitar player, on the 30th of this month, on Friday, from 7 to 8:30 or whatever. And the cost is $20 now or $25 at the door. So go to the bookstore and get your tickets now. You can text your gift to the center by texting LVCSL to 725-502-2505 and then follow the prompts. We've got questions to ask practitioners, so come up with a really good question and we print them in the bulletin. And you just send them to www.lvcslpractitioner@gmail.com. And for prayer support, you can always use your prayer request to prayer@lvcsl.org or text 72524-7096. And our wonderful Heart of Peace meditation will also be on the 14th. In 2 weeks, 2 Wednesdays, thanks to our wonderful Aldo, who's been doing this for many years. And a practitioner that I actually graduated with, Steve Moyer, some of you may remember him, he's going to be doing the opening meditation and prayer, so that'll be very special. And we're going to be honoring our kinship with Ali, too. So come 6 o'clock if you can come a week from Wednesday. You'll always see, Karen Jones and the wonderful stuff that she does with her bowls. So it's just really important if you can come. It's wonderful. The energy is really great. Otherwise, be sure to watch on Facebook. Our Healing Words Book Club has a new book. We're reading Bleeding Out by Thomas Abd. And what it is it's the devastating consequences of urban violence and a bold new plan for peace in the streets. So it sounds like a very interesting book. If you'd like to join with us on that, just get the book and join Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month, where we have a discussion from 4 o'clock on. And just so you know, we talked about classes. There are scholarship forms available on the Happenings table for anybody that wants to take a class. And we need volunteers, and there's a sign-up sheet on the Happenings table for that. We've got our wonderful special little volunteer in the way of Taya DeStefano, who is accepting donations for the bags that you'll see back on the table. And they've also brought coolers to put the water and things in, so that you don't have to hand somebody boiling hot water when, that's not really a very good gift. So, I suppose unless they want to take a shower with it, I don't know. But, so they're back there, so please pick one up and pick up a little thing and throw some ice in there, and then we're ready to go. And remember to always look for Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living when you are looking at Amazon Smile, because anything you want to buy, we get a little percentage. And of course, speaking of buying, the bookstore is open today with lots of gifts and things besides books. So just browse around in there and see what all goodies we've got. And remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks to Fabulous Julius. And everybody have a great week. Stay cool.
Thank you, Kitty. You too.
Stay cool. Yeah. Kitty mentioned the Ask a Practitioner. This has to be my favorite question this week. Let's see, what does it say? God. What do you, as a minister of prayer, pray for when you pray for yourselves? And one of our practitioners, Marsha Calder, said, practitioners are the prayer arm of the church. We pray for our center, our revs, our members, our community, and our country. And we also pray for whatever moves through us, like clarity, love, peace, health, prosperity. And the list goes on. For all people, there is always an opportunity to pray. Yay. I would like to ask our minister of prayer team to please come up, including the two that are here, our new practitioners. Even though they've been on the minister of prayer team for at least 9 months. Come on down. These are the people that hold us up and will hold you in prayer. You just have to ask them for a prayer after service. We also have a prayer box that says God Pocket over there if you want to put a prayer in, and they will be praying for you. You see, some of them haven't seen each other for a little while. Yeah, so get your tickets for the concert. We had a lot of fun last Friday, and I'm knowing the rest of them will be a lot of fun. Thank you, Patty, for thinking of that. All right, I'm going to ask our Reverend Stacy to give us a benediction.
Yes, if you all would close or lower your eyes, whatever is comfortable for you. And let's just take a deep breath. As we just drop in one more time and connect with Spirit. And we just say thank you for this beautiful day. This beautiful 4th of July 2021, where we get to once again celebrate the idea of our freedom, of that idea that we are free to choose that which we think is best for our own lives. Which so many people don't have that ability in so much of the world. And so I celebrate my life. I celebrate my idea that I can pursue happiness, and I celebrate my liberty. And so for this and so much more, I am just eternally grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so we each go about our separate ways, and we enjoy our barbecues and our families and our friends. and we just relax in the knowingness that all is well. And so it is.
I would like to add, Don did something on Friday night that we have missed. So if you would all stand, you do not have to connect if you're not comfortable, but we want to sing our peace song. Yeah, we can do it. All right. Perfect. All right.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me.
Yes, repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Have a great week.
You guys sound so good.
I got this feeling inside my bones. Goes a little baby in my city, off in my home, flying high, no ceiling, waiting for the sunshine in my pocket, got this soul in my feet, that hot like Thank you. I can't stop. Come on, Oliver. I can't stop. 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 I can't see. I can't see.